Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel, everyone. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and let's get right to it. This is pretty big news. Patrick Stewart is returning to Star Trek. Now, I just heard this. I'm still in my work uniform. I just got back from work. Dennis, my co-host, pinged me on Facebook, and apparently it was announced on Twitter. And it was announced that some kind of Star Trek convention may be going on in Vegas right now. And let's get to Sir Patrick Stewart's Twitter right now. In an unexpected and delightful surprise, I find myself excited and invigorated to be returning to Jean-Luc Picard and to explore new dimensions within him. Read my full statement in the photo. All right. That's a damn nice photo there. I don't know I got to read that full statement down there. I'll just read what they say on Deadline. How does that sound, everybody? And I'll get to you in the chat because that's the most important part. That's why we do all of these videos live, is because I want to hear what you guys think. John Bellman, I will get to your amazing super chat in just a second. Thank you so much. It's official. Patrick Stewart is returning to the Star Trek franchise. The acclaimed Shakespearean actor is set to headline a new Star Trek series from CBS All Access, reprising his iconic Next Generation character, Jean-Luc, or Captain Jean-Luc Picard. I guess it'll be Admiral now, right? The project, which has been rumored since the June announcement of the Star Trek universe expansion with new series, was just unveiled by Stewart himself in a surprise appearance at the Las Vegas Star Trek convention. And there is a video for it attached that I will attach in the description of this video. The new series, which is not a Star Trek The Next Generation reboot, that's good news, will tell the story of the next chapter of Picard's life. It will be shepherded by Star Trek Discovery's co-creator, co-executive producer, Alex Kurtzman. I was so excited up until that part. Who was tapped to oversee development of the new Star Trek content under a big new overall deal with CBS TV Studios. With overwhelming joy, it's a privilege to welcome Sir Patrick Stewart back to the Star Trek fold, Kurtzman said. For over 20 years, fans have hoped for the return of Jean-Luc Picard, and the day is finally here. We can't wait to forging new ground, surprising people and honoring generations of both new and old fans. That's what I want to get to. On the creative team for the new series starring Stewart, Kurtzman will be joined by James Duff, who recently joined Star Trek Discovery as an executive producer and signed a CBS Studios overall deal. Former Discovery executive producer Akiva Goldsmith. Oh, there it goes. Sorry, I had to wait to get my little sound effect there. Wow. Well, I don't know, folks. I want to remain somewhat positive about this, but God, really? Akiva Goldsmith, nipples on the bat suit, sonar in space, Akiva Goldsmith. Didn't I just do a video about talking about this guy? Patrick Stewart does not need the money. Okay, he does not need the money. My first reaction is to not like it because Akiva Goldsmith is involved. I will remain hopeful, though. I mean, at least I'm going to try to spin this positively as I can. At least they're trying to do right by the fans, maybe. I mean, it depends on what the series is. The next chapter of his life, is it going to be Picard growing grapes for his winery, like he was at the, like, where are we going to be going with this? I've got to hear from you guys because, again, this is news to me. I just found out like 10 minutes ago. So let's get up here. We'll start out with John Bellman with a very generous super chat. My reaction to the news: rage, utter and complete rage. We talked about this. Doomcock and I spoke about this, and I asked him, like, what's your first reaction? He was against it, and I think I don't want to speak for him, but at the time it was talked about, it was going to be a Star Trek Discovery reboot, which would be bringing the entire cast back, which I would be totally against as well. I think it had a great send off. If you wanted to maybe do another movie, but I think it's too late for that. Watching Patrick Stewart, he looks vital. He sounds quite a bit older now, but he looks great. He looks like he's in great shape. Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with this, and I'm not excited about anything Kurtzman or Akiva Goldsmith is going to do with Star Trek because I've already seen some of it. It's called Star Trek Discovery, and it's not impressed me. Maybe just a million or two exploding suns channeling his inner Doomcock. I think we all are. Yeah. I'll try to be optimistic, but Discrepancy, which Nihilist Shadow, I love that name, Star Trek Discrepancy. I think, can I steal that? I will give you full credit for it, my friend. But Discrepancy was nearly killed, has nearly killed all of my optimism. If they change 25% of the Next Generation era in order to conform to Discovery, I'll be eternally pissed. I'm right there with you. If they change 1% of anything from the Next Generation, I'll be pissed. They've already done the damage to the original series. I mean, Discovery, to the point, I pretend Discovery does not exist in the Prime canon. I don't care what the executive producers say. I go with what Doomcock says. The creator of the show is not around anymore, so it's basically fan fiction to me. Mark Mignata says, you people, you haven't seen a second of the new Picard yet, and you're already taking out the pitchforks. Oh, come on, Mark. I am not taking out the pitchforks yet. I am not quite there yet. I am gonna probably give it a chance. I will be I'll be optimistic. I will say cautiously optimistic. I will say overly cautiously optimistic. But yeah, I don't know. I think I can definitely hear one side of the fandom saying, "What do you want? You're getting Picard back." It's not Patrick Stewart anybody has a problem with, I'm sure. I think it's going to be the creators of the show and what's been behind this. But is there a chance it could be good? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to withhold judgment on this one. Patrick Stewart returns to Star Trek in a show written by Alex Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsmith. Then again, Patrick Stewart is not a pushover, so he might change the script. Yeah, Mako, I don't think he would allow any crazy changes to his character to happen. I guarantee you he would not go back if he didn't have first right of refusal on scripts. That would be my best guess. What's up, Tim F? How you doing? Yeah, no pitchforks are out yet, Mark Mignata. They're not out, my friend. Hi, Random. How are you? And Dakota Stanton gives us another super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Last day in New York. Be live with you tomorrow. Don't have a good feeling about Patrick Stewart thing though. Hi, Feisty fan. Yeah, man, again, I'm gonna withhold judgment on this one. I don't know. If Akiva Goldsmith's name was okay, if Akiva Goldsmith's name was taken out of that, I'd feel better about it because Kurtzman being involved is still a negative, but he's just a co-executive producer, which means he's just making sure things get paid. He's kind of running the show, but I don't know how much he really is involved creatively. But Akiva Goldsmith, come on. I would have been really hopeful, except for that. Patrick Stewart's involvement, though, all set aside, I gotta be I can't lie, I'm a little excited about that. I am. Random is not excited. Did I read that wrong, Random? I don't want to misquote here. The whole scene. Yeah, well, Mark Vignata, I think there's going to be a lot of absolute hate videos for this. And a lot of people feel burned by Discovery, so I can't judge them for that. But I can't. Yeah, I'm still processing this. So, my first reaction when I just saw it was Patrick Stewart coming back, I was like, okay. I didn't think it would really happen. I thought it was bullshit when I heard it a month ago. So I'm a little surprised. But I'm not sure. Gary, you're not that guy. I am that guy. Bad Bunny. I'll definitely wait till I see it, and we will cover it. He hasn't done a Star Trek show in a long time, but he's a phenomenal actor. He is. The last thing I saw him in was Logan. He should have won an Academy Award for that. Period. End of story. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people are. This is all kind of done in fun. I mean, this is fandom. When I hear toxic fandom and stuff, I've talked about this in a few podcasts. This is just fandom, and maybe a lot of people haven't been exposed to it in the way that some of us have. I used to be a comic book retailer, so I would talk to groups of fans every day for 10 years. So it was like being in a little chat on YouTube every day for 10 years. So, and I heard everything you guys are saying now. I heard every day for 10 years. Nothing has changed. This is what fandom is. People like to, I hate to equate it to sports, but it is. It's a lot like sports. It's people talking shit about the other team. You like this? What the hell? I'm a DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. It's just a thing that humans do. Dennis and I, we give each other a ton of shit. I love Dennis. Like, I love him. He's my best friend. But we give each other a ton of shit. It's kind of ribbing. That's kind of what this is. I saw that you found Migos random. I haven't. I'm watching that video next. I promise you'll get an extra click and a like from me for sure. Go and like, share, and subscribe to Random Game User 42. She is part of this Star Trek family where we're trying to really hold their feet to the fire. Okay. And that's a good thing. Us fans, as long as we're respectful and we keep it on the content and not attack people personally. I give Akiva Goldsmith shit, but I don't have anything against him personally. I'm just not a fan of his writing. That's all. And I will freely admit, he's a better writer than I am. I am no writer and I am no critic. It's just it's just my opinion. Well, we did get Nemesis, and that did change several characters for the next generation. Jess Reed. That's a really good point. And it also bombed. The movie also bombed. So we got to keep that in mind. But I will say, Jess, that movie bombing, I don't think it was really the changes. I think Star Trek it burned itself out. And people were just kind of over it. And that can happen. It will happen to every franchise. Things don't last forever. Okay. You got to change them up. But we've had Doctor Who last for quite a long time, but that show changes every 4 years. Things run their course. Do I think they could legitimately do a good story with Picard moving on? Of course. They got freaking Sir Patrick Stewart. So that's not terrible. I'm sure Doomcock is working hard on a video right now. I cannot wait to see it. I don't think Stewart would ever act out of character. He's too good of an actor to do that. Mark, I totally agree. That's why I think he probably has first right of refusal on the script. Now Akiva Goldsmith, is it Goldsmith or Goldsman? I don't know. I've heard he was written some good stuff. I haven't seen it, but Akiva Goldsman. Sorry. Apologies, Akiva. I never thought. Sorry, I can't read that one. Leonard Thomas III. I want to see this good or bad, indifferent. The best part about it is they have a chance to take a whole new level. To take to a whole new level. It is, after all. Oh, I just lost it. What came before, and they can do something new. Yeah, they can. They can. Corey Vanderpool, thank you for the $5 super chat. If you got a question, please ask. If you guys want to hit me up directly, just do what Leonard did there and hit add Nerdrotic channel. There we go. Will this show have a similar aesthetic? Licensing, Matthew Gerwing, that is completely unknown. It is not going to be a Star Trek Next Generation reboot. It is going to be, I think, it'll be along with Patrick Stewart's current age. So we're going to be how long has it been since, has it been 25 years since Next Generation ended, so it'll be 25 years in the future. Yeah, and that's all they've said. I mean, this is huge news, though, folks. This is crazy. It was, I had to like drop everything when I got back from work to do a video because I want to hear what you guys think. Remember the can't and hit the like button. Thank you, Bad Bunny. So Stewart, Sir Stewart, this is what we want from you. The line will be drawn here, this far, no further. Oh, we'll get more, Picard impressions. That's always good. I hear discrepancy content being added to Star Trek Online is going to be canon. STO is primarily post Nemesis, so hopefully the game can influence a little bit. Is that a game? Sorry, influence a little bit of this post Nemesis series. Yeah. Well, I would love to see what happened post Nemesis, and I didn't play any games or anything, so I don't know. And if that's considered canon, then what does it do to STD? I think this actually shows that since they're coming out with so many Star Treks, they mentioned it in the Midnight's Edge video that they had a lot of things planned. They had some prequels planned for CBS All Access. They had prequels, limited series, web series, and ongoing. Maybe this is just me hoping, but Star Trek Discovery being called Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 makes me think that, it might end. I don't know. It depends. If Patrick Stewart's show comes out and it does gangbusters, like everybody loves it, I think that would not bode well for Star Trek Discovery, because at the very least, even if you like the show, you have to admit it pisses off a lot of fans, and you got to really see the other side on that one. I understand why. I actually do understand why people like the show. Okay, I've been there with stuff I love. All right, and I'm trying to give you all an out here. It's like, I read Spider-Man One More Day, and I didn't absolutely hate it at first. It took me about 2 months to realize how bad it was. I sat through Spider-Man 3, and I wanted to convince myself I didn't hate the movie. It took me about actually 24 hours, but there's things we love and we don't want them to be bad. Okay, we don't, and sometimes it's hard for us to admit. I'll speak for myself. I've done that. I'm a fanboy. I'm a fan man now. I do that shit. Guilty as charged. But there's a point we got to come to reality and go like, this isn't good. I mean, that show just existing isn't good for the Star Trek fan base. It's not. Like everybody should be, at least most of us should be excited for Trek. And Star Trek fans, they've always been a little critical. I remember when DS9 came out and a bunch of people were against it and stuff. And even I was. I didn't love it at first. And, I was completely wrong on that one. I don't think that's going to happen with Star Trek Discovery. Nobody's going to hurt you, John Bellman. Not while I'm here. I really just wanted to screen out Strongbow first episode. Strongbow in the first episode says Don Benefel. Hi, Don. Dharma Ocean, the new golden times of Star Trek. So much stuff. We are getting a lot of Star Trek after quite a drought. We're getting assaulted with Star Trek. Are they still doing that Khan miniseries with Nicholas Meyer? Now, if Nicholas Meyer was involved with the Patrick Stewart thing, I would be here with pom-poms, with little CBS All Access pom-poms going, go team, be aggressive, be aggressive. I can't confirm this, but I'll keep looking. But I heard the series will be around 20 years after Nemesis and feature Admiral Picard. I did hear somewhere Nyla Shadow Admiral Picard, which makes a lot of sense. Les Moonves will make a Discovery run for 4 seasons. Even if no one watches it, his ego won't allow it to have fewer seasons than Enterprise. Mako, I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I mean, like I knew Star Trek Discovery was going to get picked up no matter what, because their streaming access, everything relies on these these companies streaming their streaming channels. Like that is their future. This will make or break them. If their streaming services do not work, they're fucking done. Maybe not overnight. And I mean, these are giant companies, but these streaming services, only a few of them are gonna work. You know, I just keep going back to DirecTV Now, which is like in beta, but I've been using that and it's horrible. I remember HBO Now and HBO Go when it first started. It was terrible. They've worked out the kinks and they've done it, but you only have so much time to grab somebody. If somebody goes to your streaming service and your shit keeps, quitting in the middle of a show, they're just going to go somewhere else, there's, and once things hit the web, they hit the web. Right. I saved my judgment for the first episode, but I am reluctantly happy to hear about this, says Tomcat. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was really happy that I saw Akiva Goldsmith's name. They got really pissed. I just went, no. His involvement, we'll see. I think I don't know why this guy must have pictures of somebody. I don't understand why he gets so much work. The thing is, though, if he fucks up the Patrick Stewart series, they will get rid of him and bring somebody else in new. I have total faith in that. As long as it's well written, pretty sure people will be behind it, but it's difficult to be extremely excited. Hopefully it'll be great. Yeah. Star Trek Discovery's burned a lot of people. Save net neutrality. Yes. All about the net neutrality. Declan Long. Absolutely. So little YouTubers like us don't get pushed out, but hey, we've got you guys. As long as we got you guys, we're happy. The CEO of CBS who pushed STD doesn't know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. Bless Moonbase. He probably doesn't. Yeah. And I brought up One More Day. I'm sorry if I triggered anybody with the One More Day stuff. And I saw that Jess Reed. Yeah, they're gonna use archive footage for Leia from episode 9 now. What are my thoughts? Not surprised. You can do a lot of magic with editing, but that is I'm definitely against. I'm done. Just Read. I am done with Star Wars. Like I don't even complain about it anymore. My attitude is do what you want. It's your property. You obviously don't want me around as a fan, so that's cool. We can part ways, and I'll go watch The Expanse, and you can make movies that'll kill these once strongest intellectual property in the world. And if Star Trek pulls this off, so if they pull this off, this will be a boon. They will have hit it. People are desperate for good Star Trek. I mean, the success of the Orville is it's good, okay, but it's filling a need. It's filling a need that people were not getting with Star Trek Discovery. If Star Trek Discovery was as good as the Orville, I don't think the Orville would have been that successful. I think one really did help the other. The criticism of DS9 was about ideology. It wasn't about sonars in space. You can't compare Discovery with it. Mako, you're right. Absolutely right. Last time I heard, the Khan project was still a thing. Random, what do you think about that? I know I love Nicholas Meyer, Random, so that trumps my hate for anything that's a prequel, because I really don't like prequels. Great. Now we need to send Gary pom-poms. This must happen. Tell you what, man. Don, I will promise you. No, I will get some pom-poms if the Patrick Stewart show is good. I will say I was sorry to Akiva Goldsmith, and I'll get some pom-poms, and I'll cheer him a little cheer. But what I think will happen is it'll probably be a rough first season, but Patrick Stewart's acting will save a lot of episodes, and then they'll get another writer, and it'll be amazing. Okay, that's what I hope. I don't think that's actually what's going to happen. What's up, Mr. Vane? How you doing? We're going to wrap it up here in a few minutes. And I appreciate Mark coming in, and we all want to like be nice here, but people can get mad here too. But like in our chat, we're all fun here. It's all good. Nobody's actually that serious about it. Can Picard fix it doesn't look like an alien. It looks like a human who has been in makeup for 6 hours anomaly. Baza, that was good. Maybe. Well, at least they'll have more money for their makeup budget. So when they start going to aliens, they'll just put a little piece of makeup on the ridge of their nose. Um, yeah, Moonves will not survive me too. I'm surprised he's survived this long. Moonves is still in charge. He said he forcibly kissed some woman, but he knew that no means no on the board. So the board left him in charge for now. You know what? Because a change in power for CBS right now is really bad. It would be really AT&T just bought the damn thing, right? Or that was Warner Brothers. Sorry, I'm totally confused on there. So a change. But then there's the Redstone, right? There's the Redstone daughter who's been trying to get. It's been a power play for like a long time, right? Midnight's Edge did a video on it. I obviously got to rewatch it. I'm surprised. I can't believe he's still in charge, to be honest with you. STD turns the fans into fighting babies, even me. Yep, me too. Me too, random. All this hurts my head. Oh, feisty. This is the fun stuff. I like the old Next Generation shows, but they were done. And we'll get some Star Trek cowboy diplomacy. Let's get down here. Maybe they can make Stewart look younger. They probably could, but I don't think they will. I'm sure there will be some flashback scenes, though. I'm absolutely sure there'll be some fan service Next Generation flashback scenes. I have to write 20 years into post Nemesis timeline. We have waited for this for years. I hope they do it well, says Ricky. I'm going to try to get your last name. Sherstein. Sorry, Ricky. I apologize. I have a hard last name too. We have been waiting for this for a long time, post Nemesis. And, I kind of thought that was it. Oh my God, yes. Declan Long, more Q. Please. That was a kind of a bummer from the movies, right? They didn't bring in Q. Oh my God. Yeah, at least they're going ahead. That's the other positive is like, stop with the prequels. Yeah, the last two Star Trek things we've gotten have been pre the original series. It's like, finally, come on. Picard drinking Earl Grey and reading news from Jake Sisko will be better than season 2 of Discovery. Young Mac, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Closure, says Ricky. Yes. See, there can be positives out of this. All right. Gary, you never get me name wrong. Bad Bunny, because it's Bad Bunny. But if you see how my last name is spelled, you would not think it's Beekler. But Mr. Vane. I can't read that, but it's funny. Do we know what the setting will be for the new Star Trek Jean-Luc Picard? Kevin Bates, just going off of what Nihilist Shadow echoed, is that it's 20 years in the future and he's an admiral. They're moving the story ahead, though. We could all agree to disagree. Everyone has a different taste. Heck, I like the iRobot movie. Hey, I like both Ghost Rider movies, John Bellman. So I can't say shit. But I was like I said, I was happy, and then I saw Akiva Goldsmith's name, and I just want to forget his name. And then I was very sad. Right, John? We don't judge here. We don't. No, we don't. I'd love to see Picard interacting with Janeway or some characters from other Trek spinoffs from Next Gen. That would be cool if they brought in some other people from all the other shows and worked that in. I don't know. But like if he's just an admiral, what could be, I mean, like, think of what could be dramatic about that. I mean, is he just going to be an administrator? Are we going to get like politics, or, what are we going to do? How's he going to is he going to be on a ship? I guess we'll find out. New ship classes, new pew pew lasers and torps, everything shiny and 24th century-ish. This is Dharma Queen. We generally keep things friendly around here. We like to riv each other, but it's all in good fun, right, Gary? Absolutely. You should hear my wife and I. My wife and I are kind of like the chat. Salty in a friendly way. I'm sure Frakes and Spinner will come in for the show. Spinner even said in an interview, if the money's right, I'll do it. I love the honesty. If the money's right, I'll do it. Bless your heart, Spinner. Cool Spinner story. I was doing an event at the Cartoon Art Museum for the Comic Outpost, and he just showed up at it. Walked in. It was WonderCon, so he was there for WonderCon, and he just rolled in and said, "What's going on? I love cartoon art." It was at the Cartoon Art Museum, and we sat and chatted with them for like 20 minutes, ate some hors d'oeuvres with Data. It was fun. A cool guy. I can see it now. Borg from the evil universe have infiltrated the feds, and Picard has to ferret them out. LOL. I'm curious why so much hate for Goldsmith, says Shifty. Nipples on a bat suit. I don't know. He's loosely involved with that. He wrote Batman and Robin, Shifty. That great George Clooney Batman movie, which was bloody awful. And he wrote a lot of the Star Trek Discovery. So that's why there's a lot of hate for that guy. His involvement with genre and nerddom has not been positive. Absolutely no politics. Was there politics? Gary, what about the Patreon stream? This is meant to be the one. Saw it on the schedule for the website. Yeah, I'm going to move that to during the day because I got some feedback, Jody, that it was too late at night. So I'm going to schedule it for sometime next week during the day so everybody can show up. What do you think about the show about Picard and Dixon Hill, and all the stories take place in the holodeck on the ship or someplace? What? Holodeck shows were actually kind of fun. I don't know about a whole series if you're being serious about that. I don't know. Brent Spinner is awesome. One of the best entertainers on the cons or at Comic Cons. Yes, man, he's really nice, Dharma. What? Ricky Sherstein just said Ted Danson, Tony Todd, Tim Russ, Marina Citrus, all Orville confirmed. That's brilliant. I can't wait for the Orville. I cannot wait for the Orville. I love Brent Spinner's character in Independence Day movies. He was awesome. Yeah, I know, right? I love the first Independence Day. I could listen to by the way, I forgot to review, and I know this is not Star Trek, but The Sinner. So I'll do that on Monday on the live stream. It was actually pretty good. Okay, last couple chats here, then we're going to go. This one went long anyway, but who cares? Recapping, if you're catching this at the end, Patrick Stewart is returning to Star Trek, and I'm basically trying to see what everybody thinks about this. And it seems like the general consensus is we're going to wait and see, but people feel burned by Star Trek Discovery. Akiva Goldsmith is involved. Alex Kurtzman is involved. Is it a cash grab? I actually don't think it's a cash grab. I think it's they must have sold him on it. There's something, or maybe it was a cash grab. I don't think he needs the money though. I really don't. So I don't have an answer. I got to read more about this. I got to learn more about this, and I really want to hear from you. So when this turns into a video, please tell me what you really think in the comments. Do you think we're being too hard on it? Are you looking forward to it? Are you excited? I can honestly say I'm not hating it. All right, I'm not there yet. There will be many other YouTubers talking about this, and I'd love to hear their opinions. Dana Troy will be on the Orville this season, says Leonard. Leonard Thomas III. Really? He doesn't need the money, CBS does, says Lloyd. Damn right. So they begged him. They're like, please come back. Please, we need you. So I'll echo what I said about the Star Trek Discovery in my last video. Please check it out. It's Star Trek Discovery infects Mr. Spock. This shows you how bad Star Trek Discovery is actually doing. For them to have to do all this. Now, all these ideas came within the last, I would say, calendar year since Star Trek Discovery aired. None of this stuff, only the con stuff was rumored, and that was close to when they started, or what close to when they wrapped production on Star Trek Discovery. So I don't think this bodes well. They're already bringing in the Enterprise early in the Star Trek Discovery. They're bringing in Spock in season 2. So I don't know. I don't think it's, and if it was doing really, really well, they would tell us. They would tell us. They wouldn't be offering deals with the, like right afterwards, they were offering like 30 days free with CBS All Access. And I know a bunch of people I knew stopped subscribing after Discovery was over. Who knows? Maybe Patrick Stewart just started a new cocaine habit. How's your father's in the house, everybody? I'm expecting the worst, but hoping for the best, Silver Spike. I think those are the words I was looking for. There we go. Sometimes you get live stream brain fart, man. Mr. Vane, I'll talk to you. Hi. I say no to STD, and I do as well. An optimistic Doomcock would frighten me. I've heard him be optimistic before. I have. Absolutely. Thumbs up, Mr. Vane. Thank you very much. So if you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. We do pretty much everything live here. So keep an eye on our Twitter, our Facebook, or nerdrotic.com. Sometimes I'll do a last minute video, but I will shout it out on Twitter and Facebook like 20 minutes in advance, because I want as many of you in here as possible to talk to and to get a better read on how people feel about this. And I think I've got that read now. And yeah, I think Silver Spike said it best. I think that would be the consensus. Expecting the worst, hoping for the best. I think we'll stick with that consensus, at least from our crowd. And we got a pretty friendly crowd here. Okay. We got a good crowd here at the Nerdrotic channel. Don Odin, they're clueless. So they're trying multiple ideas to see what works. They're running everything up the flagpole, basically. Right, Don? Yes, I agree. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. Thank you for answering the call. I really appreciate this. I was kind of worried I'd be just talking to myself. Really liking these short burst videos. Makes for great rewatches. Oh, Amari Daniels, thank you. That is great feedback. I love to hear that. All right, everybody, I'm going to bow out. It's dinner time. I haven't even said hi to my family yet. My wife is, again, cautiously optimistic. She's a bigger Star Trek Next Generation fan than I am. She's just worried that Patrick Stewart's getting up there in years, and she doesn't want him like doing his own stunts or anything crazy like that. Axonard, a series. Yeah, you want to bring everybody back? That's what would do it, Bad Bunny. Axonard, a series. Absolutely. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. You're amazing. Thank you for the super chats. Of course, the amazing John Bellman for $20, Dakota Stanton for $5, Corey Vanderpool for $5, Feisty Fan for $4.99. Why so many Star Trek stuff, and why would you bring up one more day? Shame rings bell. Feisty Fan, I'm sorry. I trigger myself when I say that. And John Bellman, $5. Totally agree. If STD had been good, I wouldn't have watched the Orville. Sorry I missed those two super chats. You both are amazing. And check out our Patreon. And guys, we will see. Yeah, bring back Q, like the clan says. And everybody, I will see you tomorrow. If you're an Expanse fan, I'm doing a Cibola Burn book review, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Oh yeah. Make it show.